Greetings for everyone. Our focus is to match learning methods and competencies. So, let's start. So, assessment for culturally diverse students refer to using fair, flexible, and varied methods that accommodate diverse backgrounds and learning styles, ensuring assessment are responsive and validating rather than deficit-based. So, I chose Mangyan since Mangyan students came from a rich cultural heritage, and the Mangyans struggled with poverty, education, and discrimination, but they remain rich in culture, known for their Ambahan poetry, ancient script, and deep respect for nature. So, Mangyan culture places a strong emphasis on the family and community, but they also face struggles in education, which these two teachers faced. They saw how vulnerable their lives were. Children came to class hungry without paper, pencils, or even proper clothes. And in fact, traditional assessments such as written text, quizzes, recitations are not always applicable to them. But they are good if it's adjusted, like using mother tongue, or if it's well designed for them. But if it's used alone, it might miss the abilities of learners. So our challenge as educators is to bridge this heritage with formal curriculum that ensures our assessment truly measures their learning. Without further ado, let's see what we have here. So we have Matatag and ESP Curriculum 2016 competencies. The question here is, did they match? So to answer that, yes, it do really match. And these are the topic. It did match also. So with that, let's dig into the assessments. I created this worksheet since kailangan nga natin ng content-based assessment. And as you can see, may mga variety of test item tayo dito. Meron akong methods ng matching type, merong multiple choice, may emojis, may creative ideas to really cater the needs of the Mangyan students, especially that it's needed to be context or culture appropriate and as well as age appropriate. So, let's focus on the item 1. So, halagay dito, libre ang bigas, pero kailangan magbayad muna ng 100 pesos. So, ano ang gagawin mo? So, ang learning competency dito is ina-assess nito yung competency na nakapagsusuri ng katotohanan bago gumawa ng anumang hakbangin. So, ito ay pagsangguni sa taong kinakaukulan or analyzing the truth before taking action or consulting a person in authority, like kagaya nga ng sagot dito sa item natin, which is letter C. And it also assess the behavior aspect from competency na kapag sasagawa ng may mapanuring pag-iisip or acting with critical thinking. And the assessment method here is, as you can see, it is a multiple choice question, and I made it directly related to the topic, and I made it also fun emoji to really cater the kids and to be interesting. The item is placed within the context of family relationship by focusing on family as well. So the correct answer is yung magiging maingat at itatanong muna ito sa pamilya, or to reply, or to listen, or to consult. It also reflect the cultural value of respect and obedience towards elders and parents, which is the key part of pagsangguno or consulting nga. So next one, we have item number 4. So ano ang nararamdaman mo kapag nakakapagsabi ng totoo sa pamilya? Sa English, how do you feel when you tell the truth to your family? So, learning competency natin dito is, ina-assess nito yung ninilay ng katotohanan mula sa or reflecting on truth from by focusing on the emotional and internal reflection of the student. And it also directly links the core competency of nakapagsasabi ng katotohanan, which is yung assessment method niya is visual, multiple choice, question using emojis to represent feelings. So, paano ko siya ginawa? Inisip ko na dapat reflective siya and not behavioral, since kinalag ko lang din kung paano yung cognitive and affective. So, the question asks about internal feelings and not just actions. So, in-encourage ito yung emotional consequence of telling the truth, which is a deeper level of learning than just knowing the right thing to do. So, ito ay culturally responsive kasi I use emojis instead of just words to represent emotions for students who may be accustomed to visual communication or who are still developing their reading and writing skills. And this visual cue makes the assessment more accessible and less reliant on written fluency. So, next one. Competency. Nakapagsasabi ng katotohanan, ano man maging bunga nito or pagkamatapat, truthfulness. Ito naman tayo sa my performance base, especially on family members. And by the way, it's a core values in ESP. And assessing this value with simple quiz doesn't work. It does not capture the social and emotional weight of telling the truth. So, ang method natin dito ay storytelling because it's a better approach to really use storytelling and role-playing as well, which aligns with the Mangyan oral tradition, and giving them a specific and culturally relevant example. For example, we create a scenario about a family problem in their village. For example, a child accidentally breaking a family heirloom. We then have students to role play how they would confess the truth. And remember, we assess not just the courage, not just the words, but their courage and willingness to take the responsibility or skills that they can show through actions. We want to see if they can face a difficult situation with honesty and a core family value. So next, we address critical thinking and reflection. Nakapagsusuri ng katotohanan bago gumawa ng anumang hakbangin. So this means students must analyze information before acting and reflect on what they hear, especially as it relates to their family. So a key competency here is consulting with an elder or a person in authority. So we assess this by asking students who in their family or community they would ask for advice and why. So most of them, or most of the curriculum suggests for reflection comes from a modern media, social media. But for many Mangyan, a family elder or their community is their primary source of information. For reflection, we use a drawing and a discussion. We can show them a picture of a family conflict and ask them to draw their reflection on it. Then explain their thinking. So we are assessing their ability to reflect and think critically about situations that directly impact their family unit and relationships. So the final competency is about turning thought into action. So psychomotor, nakapagsasagawa ng may mapanuring pag-iisip or acting with critical thinking for the good of the family. So the best way to assess this is through observation. We use a simple checklist to note how students behave during a group task that benefits the family. We look for behaviors like asking for help, patiently listening to a sibling, and cooperating with other family members to complete the task. So this method assesses skills that are essential to their daily lives and are deeply valued within their cultural framework. And all of these assessments, the role-playing, content-based, the discussion, the observation, come together in a student's portfolio, showing a complete picture of their learning. By using these methods, we build our students' confidence. They will feel valued when they can demonstrate their knowledge through the lens of their own culture. Assessment, guys, is not about judging. It's about understanding that every student has the chance to show their brilliance on their own terms. And as a future educators, we are challenged to be like them, to go beyond textbook and reach out with heart, patience, and respect for every learning, no matter what, or no matter the background. So that's all. Thank you so much po.